Hey everybody, what is going on? Welcome to the Wood After Dark for Fantasy Draft. I'm Eric Curran. I'm joined by Luigi. Is that Luigi?
Yes, it is.
What's going
Got
on,
to stay
buddy?
in costume, right? I mean, got to get her done. Luigi wants to win some biscuits this weekend.
Well, we're gonna do. Oh God, hold on. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah. Welcome, Luigi. It's been played. We got to win some biscuits. Got to win some fantasy draft biscuits.
You got this link? I want to get the YouTube up. What's the link?
Here, hold on. I will send it to you.
Put it out on the old Twitter.com so we can.
Yeah, I put it on the Twitter.
The Twitter? Oh, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Guys, you got to let me know in the chat. What do you think of Tony's outfit? Because I think the most impressive thing, well, there are a few things. One, the hat is absolutely fly. Two, he just went to the bathroom wearing a onesie, which I didn't know was actually possible. So, Tony, you are a man of many talents. People just think, oh, he's just the fantasy sports guy. No. He's on fire. He's on fire in life. So here, I'm just going to click on the face right here just so everybody can look at that pretty little Tony as he tries to find the Twitter. Chat, what do you think of this Halloween? I'll tell you, chat, let me know, what are you dressing up as Halloween? I'm a Halloween Scrooge. Is that like I don't know, maybe that makes me a jerk. I don't know. My wife told me that we're passing out candy this year. I'm not happy about it. I'm going to deal with it, but I'm not happy about it. What I am going to be happy about, though, it's this fantasy draft tournaments. Once again, Carolina Millions qualifier. Oh, wow. Wow, you see that? Awesome. Barnes just missed a home run by a freaking foot and a half. All right. But anyways, $250 buy-in, Carolina Millions qualifier. It's only about a quarter of the way full. Go ahead and get in there. Let's fill it up. It's 126 of 426. Now, I know we gave away some free ones over at Roto Grinders this week. It's been a lot of fun. So make sure you get in there because, again, you don't want to, these live finals are great. They're a blast to go to. This one is a winnable one. It's small enough. I think there are 10 people that make the finals, and the payout structure is flat. So it's not like you're going to go there, and then if you don't do well, it's not like you're feel like you're getting screwed with your pants on. Also going on is the $25 running gun. It's about a third of the way full, about 3,000 spots left in that one. So obviously, oh, wow. Oh, no, that's just sack fly. Everything looks like a home run to me.
He got some decent wood on it.
Yeah. Somebody says it's not even Big T's Halloween costume. It's just normal Saturday night getup. Yeah, buddy. Right. So, all right, Tony, let's go ahead and talk about this slate. We're going to kind of run through this pretty quickly tonight. Let's talk about quarterbacks. If you want to pay up, Brady, Breeze, Wentz. I think a lot of people are going to go to Wentz. I personally, though, I'm having trouble paying so much money for a quarterback this week.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I say it every week when we do these shows, but I just don't see it with quarterback. Like, I don't think you can really win it or lose it, or you can lose it, I should say. I mean, I don't think you can win it with quarterback. So I don't know. There's a lot of ways you can go. So much this week, more so than the whole year too, is going to depend on the weather tomorrow. I mean, we got a lot of weather games, and it just depends on what these totals do for me. I mean, a lot of people are going to look at weather this, weather that. If the totals go down for me, I'm going to put a lot more emphasis into the weather. If they go up, I'm not going to worry, obviously. But there's a lot of ways to go at quarterback.
Yeah, and one of my favorite plays in the whole week, I mean, if you want to go, you can go with Cousins, but the weather's bad. Russ Wilson is probably my favorite play. I think Derek Carr is under the radar in a great spot against Buffalo with EJ Gaines out. I mean, there are a number of ways we can go on quarterback this week. Who's your favorite?
I was on Russ Wilson all week, had him ranked number 1 in the CVR. Basically everything. I've been all over him in the Seattle offense. I'm starting to get a little worried with all the weather coming in and that he's going to end up being too chalky. I feel like he's going to end up being the most chalky type stack situation just because the total has gone up 2 or 3 points instead. Everywhere else has gone down. So it's just one of those spots that I'm a little worried about it too chalky. And something in my head too tells me they're going to struggle to block Houston a little bit. So I'm a little worried about that. But I think he's the best play still. I'm waiting on some weather, but I think Russell Wilson, just like you.
Yeah, he's my top guy as well. Derek Carr, if you want to throw him with Mari Cooper teams, I fully get that. In fact, week 8 last year, Carr to Cooper did pretty all right for me. And a lot of people are going to go to your boy Andy Dalton, Tony. At home, big favorite, Indian. Where's that ball going? Oh, wow. The game has been blown. Oh.
Jock jams.
Josh Jacobs. He's going back. He's going to be barking at C.D. Buckner as he goes around. You know, the thing is, you knew Houston gave up this game as soon as they brought Joe Musgrove in. Like, Joe Musgrove has just been a gas can all year, at least since he's been healthy. So, anyways, that game's over. All right. So, talk to me about Andy Dalton. He's the guy that everybody's going to save money with. Dalton to A.J. Green, I think it's going to be the most popular combination this week. Is it a combination you're interested in?
I can't play Dalton as chalk. I mean, I get it that he has a high floor. A lot of sharp people, even including our boy Hoopster, seem to like Dalton a lot. And I say this is another thing that one of my rules in NFL, which it might be right, it might be wrong. It's just something I do in tournaments. I don't take these big favorites, quarterbacks, very much. I like to have quarterbacks that I feel like can shoot out. I feel like Cincinnati's going to blow Indy out. If they get a big lead, I think they're just going to kind of – I mean, it's Marvin Lewis. He's not going to just keep running the score up. He's going to sit on the ball. The only way I can see Dalton going off in a tournament is if the game stays close, and I just don't see it. Like, I think it's Mixon's going to end up being chalky, but I think it's a Mixon game at these prices. They get a lead, and they kind of just run the ball with Mixon. So I think Dalton's a good cash play. I do not think he's a good tourney play.
Woof on Mixon. I do not want to mess with Mixon this week. I'm going to let everybody.
At that price, though?
Look, I get it. I just don't know if he gets the carries. That's my big concern.
He's going to get them.
Is it, you think?
Yeah, he's going to get them.
I mean, you're up there close to the situation, so you're going to know more than I will.
I've been on and off him all year. I mean, you know that. We've talked every week.
No, that's why I like doing the show with you because
I'm on him this week. I think it's perfect game script. He called out the coach, which people are worried about it. Like maybe Marvin just takes it, whatever. You know how Marvin is, just a goofball. But I think they're going to feed him. I think he gets his first 100-yard game. Perfect game script. I just think he's too cheap, and I think he's too good of a play.
All right. Well, let's talk about some other running backs. You obviously like Joe Mixon. The two expensive guys on fantasy draft, Le'Veon Bell, Ezekiel Elliott. You know, DK, we can't play Le'Veon Bell. Fantasy draft, though, we can. It's the Monday night game. If price weren't a thing, would you just be playing Le'Veon Bell everywhere?
I mean, I'm still going to play him everywhere I can. Like, last week I played him every team, and it ended up hurting me because I didn't have enough Zeke. I mean, just a little Zeke with Bell, but it did hurt me going all in. But I'm going to come right back and probably close to all in again. I mean, you get the turf, too. I love this Pittsburgh team in a dome this time of year, turf. I like Pittsburgh a lot, especially Bell, obviously.
Yeah, no, of course. I mean, Bell is – we know the carries are going to be there. The targets are going to be there. He should be fine. What about Zeke and McCoy? If we're not looking at the main slate, some main slate options. These are a couple guys who they're going to be popular. McCoy, of course, it's going to be a little wet there in Buffalo. He should get a ton of carries. He's been getting usage all year, and Ezekiel Elliott's playing a Washington Redskins team that's not great against the run. Do you have a preference between those two?
Yeah, Shady for me. I just think Shady's in a smash spot. I love everything about it. I'm a little worried that I'm not worried about anything. Actually, I was gonna say I'm worried about game script, but Oakland's gonna score points too. So Shady's. I probably like Shady even a little more than Bell. I mean, on sites where you can play them both, I'm gonna try to play them both, but. I think Shady's in a smash spot. I've heard a lot of people say he's going to bust this week because he's not going to get goal line carries or whatever else I've heard. But I just think it's a straight smash spot, and I'm all about Shady.
Who are some of the value guys you're looking at? The guys I'm looking at, like I see James White here, PPR site like Fantasy Draft. He's going to get plenty of targets. We know that at 10-3. Lamar Miller, I think, is in a sneaky good spot for 9,900. I mean, and it's pretty thin pickings. LeGarrette Blount, 9,500. I know people are going to play him. Who in this value range are you looking at?
I actually like the other New England guy. Dion Lewis is clearly my guy. Like, I'm seriously considering, like, almost going all in on the guy. That's how much I like him. Like, his price is so cheap. Listening to Silva, the GOAT Silva, talk about it, like, he was pumping me up, talking about how bad the Chargers are at defending against a guy like Lewis. He's just the perfect fit. He's been getting more and more workload each week. I want some exposure to New England. I think Lewis, price considered, and the way he fits, he might be my favorite play of the week, as crazy as that sounds.
You know, I've heard a lot of people talking about Matt Forte, and we had a question in the chat. You got to beat that out. Did Brian McCann just try and bunt for a hit?
I was going to say, like, it was a good bunt, too, and he still didn't get close.
the whatever, dude. So so people were asking about Matt Forte. Reasonable price tag. They should be throwing a lot, and we know he's a pass-catching running back. He's got 13 and 16 points in his last 2 games. He's seen 5 and 8 targets. Can we go a little Forte?
I mean, with this weather, and the weather's supposed to be worse there than most places, I think, from what I've heard. But if the weather's really bad, I guess. I just don't know if I can play Forte. I don't know if I fully trust it, and I don't know. I just like other guys more, I guess.
Yeah, and it's tough to really find any value at running back this week. It's a pretty tight week as far as pricing goes. So
that's why I'm so stuck on Mixon and Lewis. I just feel like those 2 values they're just so cheap.
All right.
You don't like Lewis?
I like them fine. I think
like Blunt's more?
I like Blunt's fine, and I
you like
Doug Martin. I don't understand why nobody's talking about Doug Martin. Like he's going to get carries. Luke Kuechly's not in, so I think Martin's fine. Are you going to gamble on Tariq Cohen?
No, I'm not playing Cohen.
All right, let's talk some wideouts. Most expensive guy, it's Antonio Brown, naturally. Second most expensive guy, though, it's a guy who we usually don't see priced quite this high. It's AJ Green. He's very clearly in a smash spot this week. I mean, we know Indy, they just get torched by the deep ball. 15-8 for AJ Green. Are you going to pay it?
Yeah, he's the top guy for me. I mean, in cash games, I think he's a lock. In tournaments, it's kind of like with Dalton. Like, I don't think you have to have him, but obviously he's a great play. I think his floor is very high. I mean, he's going to get a touchdown. He's going to get 100 yards. He's just going to get you 18 to 20 points for the most part. So I don't think he just goes completely off because, like I said, I think they iced the game in the second half just running the ball. But he's in a smash spot. He's the number 1 guy for me, and I can't say anything bad besides game flow.
Yeah, and I know we talked about Russ Wilson. I assume that Doug Baldwin at home against Houston for 12-5, he's going to be in play for me also. And I get that the Baldwin-Russ combo is going to be popular, but, Tony, I'm just going to go with it anyways.
Yeah, it could be the type of thing, too, where you just go all in and play those 2 on close to every team. And when they crush, sure, they're 20% owned or whatever they are, but you got them 80 or 100%, so you're way above the field. And it's just a smash spot. With all this bad weather out there, you got decent weather, I think, in Seattle from what I've seen. Yeah. And Houston, obviously, defense has a ton of injuries. It's a smash spot, so I have no issues with it whatsoever.
Who are some of the other guys you're looking at? I already mentioned Amari Cooper. I like him. I think Devin Funchess is interesting as a pivot off of Kelvin Benjamin. Who are some of the other guys you're looking at?
I was just looking at my list. Just for some sneaky guys. Who is that? I like Teddy Ginn. I think he's too cheap. I mean, I don't even like New Orleans all that much, but Ginn is one of the guys that, I mean, he's like 5,900 or something on draft or on FanDuel, and he's cheaper on the other sites too. So, Teddy Ginn, I mean, we talk about it every week on our shows. You have to play some teams with Teddy Ginn. He just looks awesome in that system, and I'm just going to keep playing him. So
yeah, and he's seeing more targets. Like they're using him a little bit differently. They very clearly want to get the ball in his hands. They're throwing the ball to him behind the line a little bit more often, which is something that other teams haven't done in the past. And any time I can get a guy like that, I'm interested. There's a Crabtree versus Cooper question. Like, I mean, here, hold on. Do I have a coin somewhere?
It's so funny when people ask that too. Like you can actually have a distinct opinion on that. Like I've always been on the Cooper side, but obviously Crabtree's been better, and they're flip a coin. Like play them both. Why not play them both?
Yeah, it's like the people who want to know this week, should I play Jalen Richard or DeAndre Washington?
Yeah, exactly.
By the way, anybody who tells you otherwise is just lying.
Or they're just trying to like get lucky and hit it, and then say, "I told you so." Yeah. I told you.
Then they do the windmill. They do the Twitter victory lap, which is always a lot of fun.
There's no distinct reason they could possibly give, though.
Yeah. I mean, it's just no. I prefer Cooper this week, but that's because I'm a Cooper guy. There are Crabtree guys out there, so
that's me too. Like I'd rather play Cooper too, but yeah.
Yep. All right, let's go to tight ends real quick. Oh, is that ball carrying? Uh-oh. Wow, Bregman is just – I'll tell you what, he's having like the best game for somebody who's going to lose by 4 runs ever. Man,
he's having a good postseason.
He's 22. Like, how incredible is that? Like, he is so good. Yes, Kelvin Benjamin and play Jordan. All right, tight ends. Tell you what, guys, if you want to be contrarian this week, play Gronk. He's 12-8 on fantasy draft at
He's so
home.
contrarian every week.
Yeah, people don't want to pay up at tight end, and this is one of my favorite ways to go kind of against the grain because nobody wants to pay up at tight end. Meanwhile, I can get the best player with a high floor and a high ceiling at a position that's high variance. So why wouldn't I play Gronk? If you can pay for him, are you going to try and do it?
Yeah, I always said the same thing about Gronk. Like, if you build a perfect team with some value in there and it gets to where you can kind of fit him in by tinkering with your defense or whatever you can do to tinker to get him in there, I always say put him in. And like I said, I want some New England exposure. This is the week. They've said it. They want to get that ball out quick because of San Diego's pass rush. So if they have to get rid of it, that has to mean Gronk to me. I mean, Edelman is obviously gone out, so it's going to be a lot of quick dump-offs, and that has to help Gronk no matter what. So
yeah, and I'm going to say something. I've heard a few people talk about today specifically, people saying, oh, well, the Chargers are great against the tight end. They haven't given up a touchdown to the tight end all year. Number one, touchdowns are by and large random. Don't look too much into that. Touchdowns are random. You're looking for targets. You're looking for yardage. Number two, here are a list of teams that the Chargers have played. And think about the tight ends in this. Broncos twice. No tight ends there. The Dolphins. They shut down Travis Kelce in a week where they got smashed. I believe it was by Kareem Hunt. Zach Ertz had about 14 fantasy draft points against them. Then the Giants back before Evan Ingram was the thing because they kept throwing it to Odell. And the Raiders. They haven't played anybody. So anybody who says, well, you can't play a tight end against the Chargers, they are first-level thinkers, all right? And you know what? Even if that wasn't the case, guess what?
What does the Empire Maker say? 9th level sharp?
Yeah, well, even if it wasn't the case, it's still freaking Gronk, man. Like, you can't play tight ends against the Chargers. Be smarter than that. Jared Cook isn't anyone. Yeah, he is. All right, so if we're going for some value at tight end, Jimmy Graham's a little bit too cheap. But I think the two guys that everybody's going to go to, Jordan Reed at home against Dallas and Hunter Henry on the road at New England. Both these guys, $8,300 for Reed, $8,000 for Henry. These are the targets, or that a lot of people are going to go to. What do you think about these guys?
Yeah, I agree. Like, Jordan Reed's for sure my guy. He caught 2 touchdowns last week. Cost me. I got second in that queue, or the week after I won the queue. Because freaking Jordan Reed catching 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter to beat me by 2. But I like him. I mean, I got to come back, and just because he beat me, I like him. I like him when he's healthy, and he's healthy for the first time maybe ever. I mean, the guy's always hurt, so he's in a really good spot. I like Washington's passing game. I like him more than Henry, and they're similar price range, so I'd probably choose Reed, but a lot of people like Henry too, and I even like some cheaper guys. Like I know you're going to make fun of me every week, but my boy O'Leary, I like O'Leary again this week.
I think he's fine this week.
Yeah, I like O'Leary and Croft. I like Croft for a little leverage on the Cincinnati passing game.
I'll tell you, if I'm going to get leverage on the Cincinnati passing game, it's not going to be with Croft.
It's going to be Mr. Ross?
You know it's going to be. You know me. Yeah, you know it's going to be John Ross, a deep threat against Indy. Heck yeah. Reed going to be chalky, though. These guys, it doesn't matter if he's chalky, if he's a good play. Like, if he's a bad play, fine. Fade him if he's going to be chalky. Way to go. You're not – look, you want to play a 1% guys, you're going to end up playing a bunch of guys who kind of either suck or are in really bad spots. So,
yep. The guy is super talented too. Like, people don't know it because he hasn't played on this stage yet, but he's a burner. He can run routes even too. So, I don't hate it. Like, it's the type of play where you could really crush.
Yep,
I mean, if he somehow gets 2 touchdowns and A.J. Green doesn't, like, I don't like playing him with Green, I don't think. I like playing him as leverage on the spot.
Absolutely, because the thing is, as soon as they get those 2 touchdowns, it's going to be run.
Yeah, like maybe we don't even play Dalton. Maybe we play him and Mixon together and kind of just leverage the whole situation.
I promise you I'm going to be over the field on John Ross. I can promise you that.
That's a generous proposal.
Yeah. Any other tight end? We talked about Jimmy Graham earlier. I think he's fine against Houston. Any other tight ends we didn't touch on?
No. I mean, Jimmy Graham dropped a touchdown last week, dropped a bomb last week, and still had a pretty good week. So I like Jimmy Graham. I like tight end a lot this week. Is it a 2 tight end week?
It's never really a two tight end week for me, but I think that might just be kind of me getting in my own head. So maybe it is a two tight end.
That's because you need that 40 spot from everybody.
You know me. I'm sitting here. You know I'm sweating some 40 spots right now. Oh man. Yep. So all right, guys, that's gonna do it for us. You guys got any questions? We got like 2 minutes, so get them in there really quick. Yep, I guess Levitan tweeted that Ross is supposed to see significant snaps. I mean, it
be significant like Martavis last week.
Wow, shots fired. Martavis, man, that guy. Like, I mean, look, the Steelers stood by him when he got suspended for a year. When he was going through all that crap, and then he just comes out, doesn't perform, and then he gets crap for he's like, well, no, I want to leave. Like, dude, the guy's just a little bitch. Like,
I don't get it. Like, I don't get it at all.
He's just a little bitch. All right, here's a question: who wins, the Raiders or the Bills? Wait, they keep scoring these games?
It is funny how, like, a lot of times we'll watch the games all day Sunday, and seriously, some games you don't remember who won. It's so weird being a DFS guy.
Yep, it is, but I have definitely done that plenty of times.
Especially when it's a close game. Like, you legitimately don't remember who won. It's weird.
Well, no, that's because I'm sweating who's doing well on my teams. I mean, if I'm being honest, that's kind of what's going on. All right, any interest in Djax or Evans? Yeah, I think they're both fine. Like,
Djax is one of my favorite plays of the week. I like him way more than Evans.
You gonna play Juju?
I don't think I'm gonna play Juju.
Yeah, me either. QQ. Yeah, we went through that earlier, but there is a rewind button. It's crazy. Breeze Thomas at home, low owned. Any interest?
I'm more on the Chicago side.
Ooh.
I've said it every week. Like, I think Chicago's better than people think, and they just keep playing good. So I know New Orleans is in the dome where they always roll, but I like Chicago again tomorrow. I think Chicago will be in that football game.
Mario or Luigi? Obviously Luigi.
Yeah, I mean, who asked that question, Mario or Luigi, if I got a freaking Luigi costume on?
Mm-hmm.
Mario's like that. Like, if we went to Halloween together, you would definitely be Mario and I would be Luigi.
Well, yeah, but Luigi was the tall one and Mario's the short one with the mustache. Yeah, I'm going to be Mario.
So we would like, it'd be perfect for us.
It's true. Oh, man, we should have done that. That would have been
fun. If you would have had Mario on and I would have had Luigi, it would have literally been the best thing ever.
Do we have a Tuesday show?
Like, it would have literally been the best thing ever.
Hold on, just a second. I'm
tall and short. Like, it would have been perfect.
All right, I'm logging into the media schedule right now because I want to see if we have a show on Tuesday on actual Halloween.
We always do. I'm sure we do, unless we don't because of Halloween.
All right, October. Let's see. Tuesday. Oh, there are no shows on Halloween.
Yeah, I was gonna say because of Halloween.
Oh,
you can always do it on Monday or something.
Oh man, that would have been so fun. All right, we don't. By the way, we don't have a show Monday either. Wow.
Really?
Wait, hold on. No, because I got X.
One with Chop.
I thought I had 2 days in a row off, and then I have XM on the 30th. So nope, nothing there for me.
What do you do with all this weather? Like, it's the week of weather, right?
I mean, it makes it easier for me. I'm not taking deep threats in those games. I'm not taking kickers in those games. I can really narrow it down more often.
What if the total somehow goes up and it's still bad weather? Does that impact you?
Not really. Not really, because I'm looking for those big splash plays. If it goes up 1 or 2 points, I'm not going to overreact. Let's see. Double tight ends and lineups if you want, sure. Let's see.
I like double tight end more than you, I think, just because I love a few of those plays, like Jimmy Graham and Jordan Reed. Like, I think that might be close to optimal for me, how I'm looking. Like, both of those guys have 2 touchdown upside.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Especially if you're playing Russell Wilson, like.
Yeah. Okay, I think that's a special case too because you can save money twice.
Or Cousins, I guess. Yeah, Cousins or Russell Wilson to play both of those guys with them.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to look at your lineup build, the Cousins to Reed lineup build looks really pretty when you're done building it, just because you get a lot of savings there. What's wrong with James Harden? Shut up. Nothing's wrong with James Harden. He's fine.
People like.
He had a bad game 2 hours ago. It's over, Tony.
Yeah, it wasn't even a bad game. Like, it's just the NBA. He crushed all of last year. Like, I've had a strong take on it from the beginning with him and Westbrook. Really, like, they're not going to crush every – that was an anomaly last year, first of all. They're not going to just crush every night for back-to-back years. It's not possible. No one can be that motivated. Like, no one.
I mean, I was barely motivated to do this show.
Exactly.
So I
You
can't.
crushed last week. It's tough to go back to back.
I definitely crushed last night. Any? I know Tony's answer. Tony, any interest in Cam?
Oh God. I actually, I like him slightly more this week than I usually like him, but doesn't mean I'm going to play him.
Sorry, I'm looking at something real quick. I think maybe. Oh, that's good. All right, I might have my sweatpants on today.
Sweaties.
Yeah, might have some sweaties today. So we'll see how that ends up. That'd be fun. I love, dude. Heaters are the best,
especially when it's the start of the NBA. The NBA sizzle.
In heaters, like it's been a while since I had a basketball heater since it was 2015, the last time. So, yep. Tell you what, Dame, you just keep crushing, kid. Wow, Devin Booker just destroying lives out there. All right,
he always just crushes.
Yeah, he really does. It's pretty A, amazing, and B, annoying. So,
yeah, keeping that game close is huge for your Dame.
Yep. I'll tell you what, though, I really need. God, I have so many. Tony, we'll talk about it off air, but I have so many outs tonight. Like
Devin Booker, 42 already.
Yeah, they're in the third. At least that's what I'm saying, since I don't have very much on that slate. Anyways, all right, guys, we got to get off here. We've got to talk basketball. We got to watch this post-game show. We got to see what awkward thing they make Aaron J. Lo do today. And Jets or Redskins D? Play the Jets D. Play the weather and play the total. That one's an easy one.
I couldn't even make it. How could you make a case for Redskins D against Dallas? Dallas is like the worst team to play a D against, right? Like they control the clock.
They don't make mistakes. Yeah, it's just.
I can't think of a worse team to play. I mean, maybe I'd probably rather play against New England than Dallas.
Yeah, they do throw more. So
got to be close, but.
All right. Well, guys, that's going to do it for us. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks for Fantasy Draft for sponsoring the show. We got to get off here. We got lineups to build. We got a football week 8 starts in let's see.
What do on old Fantasy Draft this week? Is it 222 again?
250.
250.
Yeah.
Are we going to win one, or are we going to keep blanking out?
I certainly hope we win one. Otherwise, our fees are going to go up. Yeah, you hadn't thought of it like that, had you? All right. It's been a lot of fun, guys. Thanks so much, Fantasy Draft, for sponsoring the show. I'm Eric. He's Tony. We'll catch you guys later. Peace.